Hello, this is Geekish Gamer. Welcome to the Geekish Gamer Show, bro. And today we're going to be discussing something. But before I get to that, I'm going to talk about these game players that have been playing this. Their names will be mentioned at the end of this video and will be in the link of the comment below. So don't forget to go check out these game players because without this, I wouldn't have gameplay footage to show this on. Now today we're going to be talking about No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a game about exploration and survival. It is set in an infinite procedurally generated universe, whether a distant mountain or a planet hanging low on the horizon. You can go there and you can fly seamlessly from one place to another. Now this game has a lot of things to offer in it. It has a lot of exploration, a lot of dates, a lot of everything in it. And what I want to first start off with is with the problems that can begin with this whole game. The problem that can begin with this whole game are a lot of situations where include too much discovery. Now, what I mean by too much discovery is I mean that it could be so far away. It could be so much this, so much that sooner or later the game gets tiring. And what this game needs to do, if they want to keep attracting more people to it, is that they don't need to show more and more and more and more and more and more of the same things over and over again. You have about 18 quintillion planets on here. I'm pretty sure at least one time you're going to see the same thing on one of these planets. You're going to see similarities of these planets. Out of 18 quintillion, you're going to see some similarities because they could get a little lazy. Basically, the longer it is, the more mistakes that can be made. And what I say about this game is, I love it. I love the detail. I love the graphics. I love everything about this game so far. The only thing I don't like about it is there's no story to it. That means you're just only exploring to just explore. It sounds like Fallout 4 without objectives. That's what it sounds like basically to me. It sounds like Fallout 4 without objectives. And it said that for you to beat the whole entire game, but it's no story, so you can't beat it. But if you want to discover every single type of planet on there, it'll take over 585 billion years to see them all if you visited each planet for just 1 second. Just 1 second, people. And in that 1 second, we all know you're not going to be there for 1 second. You're probably going to be there for like at least 20 seconds, maybe more. It could get boring. It could not get boring. There's no MMOs. That means the players that you're going to see, you're going to come across by, which makes it even a less likely chance of you having fun just on your own. There's no story to it, which can make it even more boring. The planets have day and nights, which is probably even cool. And not only that, but you have ancient languages to discover. Discovery. This game is basically just discovery. If they didn't want to call it No Man's Sky, they could just call the game Discovery. Because all about this game is just discovery. You have ships, you can build, you can do this, you can do that, but the game isn't primarily focused on that. It's just basically primarily focused on discovery. Now, the things about these planets you should know about is most planets are basically barren. They don't have anything to them. Some of the planets are life and have life to them, but most of the planets are barren, making this boring again. It could make it boring because now that most of the planets are barren, you're going to see a same similarity between both of the planets over and over again. Planets can be toxic, and also every distant mountain is a real place. So every mountain that you see could be a real place, and you can upgrade your ship, which is kind of cool. The hull, the plasma beams, the interior, you can do all of that. That seems cool, but don't forget about the whole point here. You can't just smack people in the face with just a piece of something and expect them to go along with the whole thing. No, don't forget you're gonna have to get out of the ship sometime sooner or later. There are pirates in the game. If you may not know of, you can only have one ship at a time. That means if it gets destroyed, you can only have one at a time. There's shops for new ships, and there's shops as well. And don't worry, you won't be left without a ship at all. You don't have to start from scratch and get a ship. You'll automatically be caught with a ship. In this game, you can get a wanted level for messing with other centennials or creatures or mining on top of heavily guarded things. The centennials aren't everywhere, and the space is not quiet. You would think that the space is quiet. It's not. It's full of large array amount of life and activity, especially pirates, spaceships, convoys, a lot of that. You have a multi-tool of an adaptable weapon, so you have a weapon that they can use for firing beams, mining, and all of this. If you die on a planet, you will be finding yourself revived back at your ship, having lost the items you hadn't stowed, and discovering basically what you haven't uploaded. So if you die in space, you find yourself revived at the nearest space station without your ship, items, and discoveries. Now, things about the creatures you should know about is something that really gets me going. I mean, the animals have daily routines, so that means they eat, they drink, they sleep. They do these things which are really cool, are really awesome. Some animals hunt other animals, which is pretty cool, like how a lion hunts a gazelle or a tiger hunts this particular thing. So be on the lookout. There could be, I don't know, a big monster right behind you at any point, at any time. There are currency in the universe. They're called units, and basically units are basically good for trading posts, shooting down pirates, uploading discoveries to the atlas. There are market prices for resources, and they vary. Just like Minecraft, if you want to do efficient mining, you have to get certain tools, and those certain tools are certain mining requirements, certain upgrades. So if you want to basically destroy some crystals or get perhaps technologies, 4 people built what we've showed for the announcement. So you can build in this game, which is kind of cool. It's inspired from sci-fi-ness, and the music will be procedural or procedural type of music. That means the soundtrack will generate from basically things that have inspired the events to take place. In my opinion, No Man's Sky could be one of the best games out there for PS4. It could be one of the best PS4 games of the year. It could actually be Game of the Year if it wants to be. But what I'm saying here is the things I like about this game can vary. This game has a very good lot of opportunity. It can become one of the best games ever, one of the best games ever played. It can become one of the worst games we've ever played, depending on how they promotionalize this, depending on how the gameplay is set up, depending on what is going on. For right now, what I'm seeing, some of it is what I like, some of it is what I don't like. I don't like how there's no MMOs. I don't like how there's no story. I don't like how they don't. I don't like how there could be a possible 18 quintillion planets, because just because there's more people doesn't make it better. Just because there's more won't make it better to other people. Actually, more is a never chance for you to mess up. So 18 quintillion planets, you can see the same thing over and over again. The point of here is the story is so long, the real trick is to not make it boring. And there will be some boring moments in here. I'm going to let you know that right now. In this game, there's going to be some boring moments. There's going to be some moments where you're going to be like, haven't I been on this planet before? Haven't I already done this already? Didn't I just do this like 5 seconds ago? There's going to be some times. The enemies are kind of cool. They're all right. As long as you don't mess with the centennials or the resources or the plants, they're going to be cool. There's a lot of other things in this, like the ship. There's combat fighting in space, which is kind of cool. That's another good thing I like about it. But again, there's no multiplayer and there's no story. So what's going to keep the player going is just basically discovery. And I'm pretty sure discovery is not all you want to see time and time again, unless you're a really discoverer person. See, for you to beat this game, it takes 585 billion years. This means this game right here, Cat Williams style, is basically a game that you can't beat. And it's worth the money, I won't lie. It's worth the money, depending on how you play it. I wouldn't recommend this game to people who want to keep playing it for like hours and hours at a time, because if you keep playing it from hours and hours at a time, you're probably going to get bored sooner or later. I wouldn't play this game for hours and hours at a time. I would take certain sections, certain little steps, because every single time I get into the game from certain steps, it'll keep me surprised all over again. And trust me, there's been a lot of times where I just played the game straight through and was like, wow, what just happened? Because I didn't take my time. So I would say this game needs a little bit of time taken for you to play it, because it's so long and it's so much of a progressive game that anything can happen. All in total, this game could be a fraction at the cost, probably at $60. It's coming out June 18th, I think, or somewhere in June of 2016. There's no characters in here. You don't play as nobody in here, which makes me mad again. There's a lot of NPCs, especially there are races in here. So there's NPC races with their own genetic character, which is kind of cool, but not cool at a certain time. There's pirates. You can either help them or destroy them and get some money or units at the end of the day. This game could be one of the best games, and again, it could be one of the worst games. But in total, this game has a lot of things I'm looking forward to, and I just hope this game is able to be very well presented at the new E3 coming out soon. So this has been the Geekish Gamer. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. This has been my first impressions on No Man's Sky. Stay tasty.